This is the official post-event press conference for EFC 37, live from Carnival City, Johannesburg.
What a great event to kick off 2015. Thank you to Carnival City for hosting EFC 37, and congratulations to all the athletes who competed tonight. That was awesome. I'll now be announcing the prize-winning athletes from EFC 37. The winner of submission of the night is Themba Garimbo. He finished about 1 minute 50 seconds into the first round by way of guillotine. Winner of knockout of the night is David Bursky. He knocked out his opponent 4 minutes 19 seconds into the first round. And fight of the night is awarded to the heavyweight clash between Cyril Asker and Ricky Masholis. And performance bonuses are awarded to Daniela Elisov, Zita Varju, Drickus Duplessis, and Darren Daniel. Now please raise your hands if you have any questions for myself or the athletes.
Hi. Firstly, just congratulations to all the athletes tonight. You guys all put on phenomenal performances, win or lose. First question is for David. Your performance looked like it went down to the perfect plan of a perfect team. Was that the plan, to catch him in the corner and knock him out?
Yeah, look, we had been working on a game plan for quite a long time. You know, we know what type of a fighter Adam is, you know, and guys normally make the mistake of rushing in on him, and he capitalizes on that and taking him down. So we had the game plan of sticking and moving the first 2 rounds with just some boxing, and I saw halfway through the first he got a bit frustrated and he started coming at me a bit wildly, and yeah, our game plan worked on the night, you know, so it worked to a T, like you said.
Hi, Cara. Mark from Smack Talk. First off, to EFC and the team, you guys did an amazing job tonight. It was a brilliant card. From first fight to the last, it was amazing. My first question is for David. David, in your pre-fight interview, you said that you'd be the one to break the curse. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, look, I do believe that, but I've got a big target on my back now, and the hard work starts now, you know, so I can throw who they want at me. I'm going to train harder. I'm going to come back faster. You know, I've been in this game a very short time, and I'm only evolving, and I believe I'm going to be the one to break this curse. And
then follow up on that for you, Cairo. Who can we see up next for the contention?
Martin van Staden is facing Peter Quealy in Durban at the next event at EFC 38. And we'll certainly be taking a close look at the winner of that event. I think that would be the logical choice at the moment.
Simon Stevens, ENCA. My first question is for Adam. Adam, surely you knew that your opponent was going to work on his takedown defense, and yet he was looking to counter and you were actually chasing, but you had the belt. What was the game plan and what went wrong?
Oh, that one. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, look, you know, I give all credit to David Bursky and his team. You know, they came in with a solid game plan with intention. You know, it definitely highlighted to me within myself that there's, you know, a confusion for me between not between coaches, but I just need to know that when I'm also going in, there's a definitive game plan. You know, I was forced to follow his game plan, and I think I did allow myself to get frustrated. And, you know, I credit that to David Bursky and his team. But, you know, we make mistakes, we're human, but we're also human, we can bounce back. And that's what matters.
Good evening, Steve here from MMA Africa. Caro, 2 questions regarding contenders. The first one's a bit of an easier one. Themba Garimbo has come back. He's 5 on the trot. Is he now a legitimate #1 contender?
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly right up there. He put on a fantastic show tonight, submitting Alex, you know, submitting the submission specialist. But in reality, we're going to sit down with Leon and his camp. There's no doubt that Leon has proved that he's right at the top of this division. He's defended it successfully 3 times in a row now. So sit down with him and see where to next from here. Fantastic.
And then this is a bit of a 2-part question to you and to Drickus. We know Drickus is looking at dropping to welterweight, but tonight he proved again why he's at the top of the middleweight division. Would there be a possibility of offering a #1 contendership in the middleweight division to try and keep him there? And would Drickus accept an offer like that?
I think the reality of Drickus wanting to drop down is Drickus, you're pretty confident that your teammate's going to be holding that belt, so that's what he's looking at. You know, Michiel Opperman is fighting Liam Clearland. Drickus obviously believes that Michiel's going to win, which means he's looking for another division to go to. But I mean, Drickus, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I had my shot. I got my title shot. I blew it a little. So now it's my teammate's time to shine. I truly believe he's going to be the middleweight champ. So yeah, for me to go forward, I can stay in middleweight and just fight all the guys coming up, but that's not going to get me anywhere soon. I'm really looking still to be the youngest title holder in the EFC, so that's why I'm going down to welter to get the title there.
I think just to follow on from that, you know, Drickus dropping down to welterweight, that puts him, you know, he's right up there. He's a contender from the beginning. He's proved himself at a heavier division. If he can make that cut well, which he thinks he can, then he's certainly right up at the top of that division.
Hi, Kyra. Andrew from the Muay Guy blog. My question's for Matt. Matt, after two previous successive losses, tonight we saw you a lot more focused and motivated that we have it in a long time. Can you attribute this to anything specific in your camp?
There we go. Look, I've got to attribute a lot of my win tonight to Warren King. We've started working a lot of one-on-one sessions, and it's helped me a lot. And I think a big difference in this fight was my weight cuts. Going to Bantam was a bit of a crazy move on my part. And traveling down to Durban, it was on short notice, and it was a bit of a tough one. But they were all close fights. So I think I'm finding my feet now in the featherweight division, and yeah, I'm here to stay.
Kara, it's for you. Darren's obviously a very big pool and brings in a lot of fans to the fights to watch. Everyone wants to watch him. He's a phenomenal athlete. What's next for him after this fight? After this loss?
Well, I'm hoping he's back in the gym tomorrow and get him back here whenever he wants to fight again. You know, obviously put in a great performance tonight, got a performance bonus. I think it was a fight that everyone loved watching. That was the best first round out of the whole night that we saw. You know, him and Drickus put in a great show. So I think, you know, obviously we want to see him back in here as soon as possible. D, what are your thoughts?
I'm back, baby. For good.
Now a question for Danella. This was obviously your first professional debut in EFC. Run us through the experience.
So it's still a bit surreal. I still can't believe it actually happened. Graham and Caro, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, sure. It actually just went by so fast. I still can't believe it's over. Yeah.
Just to follow up on that, congrats, Danila. It was a fantastic fight. You definitely held the South African flag up high tonight, and you've shown that women can throw down inside the hexagon. Kara, can you give us some detail as to the women's division? Who can we expect, if we can expect some more ladies coming up, and when can we expect to see them?
We definitely can. That was a great performance they put on. A lot of interest was created around that particular fight, and they proved their worth and they proved their place in the organization. We have signed a great prospect from Durban, Amanda Lino. She's going to be competing at the next event in Durban, and Graham's working hard at the moment on getting her an international opponent to compete against. So the next event will feature another good fight.
Next question's for Don. Don, you're one of the most sublime Muay Thai strikers I think we've ever seen, but sometimes I wonder if that translates well to MMA, even though you dominated Costa on the ground. Where are you going to work on next, and what's next for you?
First of all, congrats to Leon. I mean, he's a better man tonight. Yeah, look, I mean, I had a great camp. Everything went well. I just got unlucky. As far as my striking, you know, I always work it. I always work my striking. I know it's a tool, but for this camp, you know, we really wanted to like mix things up because Leon's a great striker too. So I wouldn't want to fight him where he's the strongest. We thought we could mix him up with the full MMA aspect of the sport. You know, things didn't work out for me, but I'm young. I'm 24 years old. I've had 7 fights, and I've still got a long way to go. He's like 24 fights in. You know, the future looked good.
I have another question for Daniela. Great fight tonight, great win. In the beginning, she came out with quite a vicious flurry. Did that catch you unawares a bit?
I think I just needed to kind of get into it. You know, I think I kind of came in deer in the headlights, and then I needed to get a punch to kind of realize I was in a fight. But I wasn't too badly hurt or anything, so yeah.
Is that about everyone's got a game plan until they get hit in the face?
Yeah, except, yeah, luckily it wasn't too bad.
Hi, a question for Leon. You've shown you're very dominant champion. You're 3 defenses in a row now. Do you feel there's anyone in the division that's a threat?
Good evening. Yes, I think there's always a threat. There's guys getting better every day. They train hard. Everyone wants to be the champion. And that just encourages me to train harder and be better. And I can rely on my team every day. That's why I win, because they're there for me.
Hi, question for Madiba. Tumisang, you came in with a 4-win streak. You came in 3-win streak. You came in very confident. Can you tell us what happened in the cage?
I don't know. No. Look, I think his work rate might have been a bit higher than mine. He grinded the win out. He worked hard. That's what happened. As for me, I go back to the drawing board. Still in full swing. Don't get it twisted. Boroski or no Boroski.
Leon, this side, yeah. As that question was posed to you and you're answering, I caught in the corner of my eye Temba rolling his eyes a little bit. Not to push you, but as a legit contender, would Temba be someone that you would definitely consider going head-to-head with inside the cage?
Thanks. I consider anyone a contender. I'm always up for a fight. Temba did a very good fight. Congrats to him. I'm always ready. So whoever they put in front of me, I'll try and make the best of it and put on a show for the crowd.
This next question's for Temba. Temba, you got what it takes to take on Leon?
Of course, yes. Yeah, give me the title shot, then you see I'll answer that question. That's why I'm called the answer. I'm going to be that guy.
The question's for Kyra. JP's injury was rumored to be quite serious and possibly career-ending. Do you have any updates for us?
I saw him briefly tonight, and I spoke to him 2 weeks ago. Just after that injury, he was actually in a car crash that same week, so he's just had a string of bad luck. But I haven't had an update this week from him. So I think what you guys have heard lately is the most. But he seemed typical JP, all smiles today. So obviously we wish him a speedy recovery and hope to see him.
You didn't really seem to show up to fight tonight. How do you feel? Did it go how you expected?
It goes sometimes. I'd like to say I made a mistake, but I didn't. My opponent just put on a very good choke. I tried to escape it, put it on tighter, fell down, and I was almost unconscious, so I tapped. Excuse. It happens.
Hi, Cairo. At the weigh-ins yesterday, you mentioned in your post-interview that there was one special show that you were going to reveal soon. Can we have some details?
Sure. I mean, we're working hard on it at the moment. So we've got a really stacked lineup for this year. 4 shows in Johannesburg, 3 in Cape Town, 2 in Durban. We're hoping to get 1 show done in Angola this year. Obviously, the main event there is going to be Demar Penna, and it's going to be Demar Penna against Ishad Sayed. So that's what we're working towards. Obviously, there's a it's a big lot of work to get the show right there. So still finalising.
Mean that we'd see a lot more Angolans entering into the roster, and what divisions are you looking at filling up with the Angolans?
We're looking at whichever division they've got the talent to come into. So Graham's been dealing with plenty of gyms over there. A lot of guys, a lot of Angolans even living in Portugal that we're talking to at the moment. So there's a lot of talent from Angola, a lot of Angolans that we're looking to put on the card. So hopefully you'll see some of them pretty soon.
Adam, you talk about your studies and how it gets in the way a bit of training. Are you looking to get back into the mix again, or straight away, or are you going to focus more on your studies?
Fortunately for me this year, it's going to be a relatively relaxed one. So yeah, I hope to definitely be back in there. Again, it's I've been dealt my cards and I need to play them, and I look forward to making the most of that, and not only speaking the words but living by them, which is not always easy. But who said we came here for an easy time?
Adam, just to follow up with that, we've seen you now welterweight and lightweight. While you're busy thinking about things and thinking them through after this fight, is lightweight something you would consider going back to, or are you really comfortable at welterweight and happy to stay?
To keep it short, food is way too good.
Darren, question for Darren. Do you feel like the ring rust is gone now?
Yeah, 2 years does take its toll on you. Taking nothing away from the fight. I mean, Dricus really fought well. He's a strong kid. He actually reminds me a lot of myself when I was younger. And the ring rust is off, and I'm coming back.
Great, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Next up, we're in Durban for Allen vs. Hawkey, taking place on the 4th of April, Durban ICC. Good night.